Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live. If you guys are new here, I'm Rob, and I am with...
My name's Chris O'Brien. I'm the front man of the rock band Blackwood. Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming. So I'm going to ask the boring question. How did you get the name of your band?
So the name, we went through so many names. We had a show, our very first show that we were booked, and we were about a month out. We needed to make a flyer, and they were like, well, we really need to get a name. And so we whittled down our list of about 400 different options. Um, and it all came down to a street sign in Nashville, Tennessee. It was Blackwood Street. And David Dix, our drummer, he said, "Well, just pretend, you're the member of the band and you're introducing yourself as the member of the band." And I said, "Okay, hi, my name's Chris. I'm from Blackwood." And I said, "Yeah, that sounds good." And it just stuck from that moment on. We started making the brand.
So I did some deep searching. It's actually called The Blackwoods. It's a novel. It's a horror novel.
Oh, okay.
And it's named, what do you call it? It's kind of like a lullaby. And you have a song called Lullaby. Do you want to explain that song?
Yeah, so Lullaby was never supposed to be a Blackwood song. I didn't think it was a good fit for Blackwood. I have a personal YouTube channel that I just like softer music or my more country roots. I'll just record it in my little home studio and I'll throw it up for my family more than anything. Uh, and I put that one up, and I remember about 2 hours after I put it up, David, again, our drummer, he texted me. He said, "That song Lullaby." I said, "Yeah, what about it?" He said, "That's a Blackwood song now." I said, okay, but that whole song is really it's it, it's kind of a secret. I've talked about it very briefly in some other interviews, but at face value, it's kind of just a corny love song. But if you dig a little deeper into the emotions of how I sang it and certain choices of words, it's it's not quite as healthy as just a love song. It's more obsession than it is love. And when you get to the final chorus where all hell kind of breaks loose and I'm more screaming than I am singing, it kind of paints more of the picture that that lullaby that I found in that person, it wasn't true, and I was just maybe coddling myself with some delusion of grandeur that I could find a forever in a person that maybe wasn't for me.
But the person that you wrote it about, did they know about it?
They do.
Good feedback, bad feedback?
Um, it was good feedback for a time until the contact between us disappeared.
Oh, okay.
So now I really like that song. It has a strong connection to our fan base. They go nuts for that song. I mean, anybody that loves somebody can love a love song if you don't want to dig too deep and find those extra meanings. It's actually the only song that I've ever written that the lyrics are tattooed on someone's body, in my own handwriting, to boot. So it means a lot to a lot of people. And so I'm just grateful that anybody could find some sort of meaning in that, and maybe some joy. I played it at a wedding at the Johnny Cash House here in Tennessee.
That's pretty cool.
So it means a lot to people, and for me, maybe at the time, there was some anger in writing the song, and maybe some love in writing the song, but it doesn't have that meaning for me anymore. It's something that I have to offer other people now.
All right. So let's dig deep into you as a person here. Then we'll go back to the music side of you.
All right.
What do you want to leave as your legacy as a person? Not musically, not... Your music is going to live on way past you are.
Yeah. It's actually it's rather simple. The only thing I can ever think of for my legacy outside of music is I've got three kids, 15, 7 and 3, and I want them when I'm not here anymore to know that no matter what life threw at me, what it threw at us, I always tried my best. I was a man of my word, and if I if I said I was going to do something, I did it. I want the respect of my name to continue on to my grandchildren.
So I was actually asked a question yesterday. I mean, who's your hero?
That is a tough one, because I've got a couple different heroes. Musically, musically, my hero has always been and probably will always be James Hetfield of Metallica.
Okay.
He was about the first front man that I ever became obsessed over in my formative years, and I don't think that'll ever go away. Um, Personally, my hero has always been my mother. We went through hard times growing up. We went through good times growing up. She would work however many jobs she needed to make sure there was food on the table, to make sure there was Christmas presents under the tree, um, even if it was socks, whatever it was. I have never seen someone work harder than I have my own mother. And for a long time, I felt like I was just always going to be encapsulated in the shadow of um, how impressive she was as a human. And she's probably going to cry if she watches this at a later date. But um, she's always been my hero.
What is your favorite song to play live and your least favorite? We all, I mean, every musician has, what do you call it, their
Yeah,
least favorite song to play. Or it's
yeah.
like, we have to get it off the list.
I'm going to throw you a curveball with the answer then, because my favorite song and my least favorite song are actually the same song. The title track of our album, "Release Me," it is it's one of my favorite songs that we've ever written. But the energy level live, um, the kind of the cadences that it goes through, the atmosphere, the ebbs and flows. It it's so much fun. It's really difficult um, to really reel that in and not let your adrenaline make you speed past the time or anything like that. But it's the hardest song to play live. That song specifically, I wrote for my somewhat estranged relationship with my biological father, and he actually just passed um, about a weekend a year ago, and um, so live, especially now, it's sometimes bordering on impossible to get through, but it's also the catharsis that comes from it. Um, we can't cut it out of the set, It's just
It
it's an important one.
So it's like one of the staples that you have to play, but you're like,
It's
I
so
can't.
hard. It's
It's more.
also it vocally, it's one of the most difficult vocal lines I've ever written for a Blackwood song. So it's difficult to play on the guitar, it's difficult to sing, and it's difficult emotionally. But when it all comes together and it's right, it's I think it's one of our most impactful songs.
So we all have day jobs and everything else, but if you weren't playing music, what would you be doing?
Most definitely, I would be working retail. I started in retail in 2008, and this month will be 17 years of retail. Few times I've veered away from retail, tried to do something else, and it's just I know retail the best. It's the easiest for me. It's the least stressful for me. So I'd find some low level retail job to just retire with.
Okay. All right, Freaky Friday scenario here. I'm throwing you under the bus on this one.
All right.
Which band member you would not want to be for 24 hours and why?
Oh shoot. Um, it's gotta be David Dix, our drummer. I don't I don't think I could do it. Um, and for a lot of reasons, but one, um, David is one of the most impressive humans that I've met as far as his attention to detail and his ability to think at any problem from multiple angles. And then he also works a full time job. He handles everything about the band as far as the lighting, um, the in ears, the mixing, the we call them tone carriages that we've made giant PA speakers with our branding all over them. And then he also owns Red Feather Recording, that's where we record all of our music. And he also records a lot of the bands in Nashville on his, what little free time he might have. Um, I don't know that I could handle his schedule for a day.
All right, now I'll give you a fun one so we can break up the anatomy on this one. If you were stuck in an elevator with one cartoon character, give me pros and give me cons of who you want to pick.
The first one that comes to mind, it's probably going to show my age a little bit when I was watching cartoons, but Kim Possible. um, that was going on in the 2000s when I was in my preteens. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that I've ever had a crush on a cartoon character like I did Kim Possible. Now the con to that would be I would probably try to flirt with the cartoon Kim Possible, and she would kick my ass.
Okay. I do not remember the name of, I believe it was a mole rat. Would he be there as well?
What was that? Oh, the naked mole rat. Oh God,
Yes.
please, I hope not. I hope not. Rufus, I think it might have been. That thing gave me nightmares as a kid, man.
So if you could pick, I'm going to say top 3 bands that you would want to tour with at this moment. It could be dead or alive. Who are you picking?
Top 3 bands. Does it have to make sense genre-wise?
No.
All right.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense anymore. So no.
You're right, and pretty much all the genres are all blending together. So speaking of that, my current obsession that I get a lot of flack over, number one band I would like to tour with currently would be Sleep Token. Everything that they've done recently, I just adore the attention to lyrics. Goes a long way for me. I like the well thought out lyrics. Um, Number 2 would be Metallica, 100% hands down. But now you've backed me into a hole because Alter Bridge is right there. But you said dead or alive, so I would probably have to, and I would have to say I'm very, very sorry, Miles and Mark, but I'm gonna have to pass on Alter Bridge, and I'm gonna have to go back and tour with Soundgarden and Chris Cornell.
God forbid they see this. I'll let you have them as a special guest. So, we're not bypassing you guys. We're going to put you on, say, the New York date.
Yeah. We
All
just
right.
can't pass up a Soundgarden opportunity. You know, you
Yeah.
understand.
I think they would understand, but I'm just saying we're not gonna dig a hole. What is your gas station food when you're on tour?
Oh, gas station food. It is Weigel's, and I'm not sure how spread around the country they are, but here in Middle Tennessee, you go to a Weigel's and you get for breakfast a biscuit that is stuffed with sausage and cheese, and it's like anytime I go to a Weigel's, I gotta get a stuffed biscuit.
Are you a savory person? Do you like sweets? I mean, like your drink, your
I am one of the worst sweet tooths I've ever met. And it's always a problem after like 8 p.m. That's when I want to eat like three Reese's fast breaks and then have a bowl of Reese's cereal. Pretty much anything with Reese's in the name, but uh, I just chocolate, sugar. I've had to cut back quite a bit because I was gaining a little bit too much weight, but major sweet tooth.
speaking of that, they just came out with Snickerdoodle Reese's.
I'm gonna have to go find one of those now.
Except for Sleep Token, like, what's your playlist look like? What are you listening to?
So my playlist is wildly and sometimes annoyingly eclectic because it'll go from Sleep Token to Michael Bolton to Tech Nine. But if I'm my main vein of what I like to generally stick to, I listen to Rival Sons almost every day, Sleep Token almost every day, and then a lot of old thrash, Megadeth, Metallica, and then some of the newer stuff from and the older stuff from Slipknot. I really like I Prevail and Lamb of God. That's just if it's heavy or has decent lyrics, I can probably find something that's going to get added to my playlist.
So they say the first song you hear during your day is going to, I guess, motivate your day, good or bad. Do you believe in that at all?
I feel like that. I feel like that could be true if you wanted it to be true. Because I've had some great days where I started the day off with a horribly depressing song, and I've had bad days that I started off with awesome, uplifting, motivational, cool songs. Um, I feel like I feel like something like that might be just be a cop out for a mentality thing. Like, yeah, music can definitely change your mood, but you have control of your day. You have control of what the radio is, you know?
Yes and no. If you're at work, you don't have really
Well, I suppose, yeah.
control of it. If I did, it would be a hot topic pretty much.
Well,
But
I think I may actually have to backtrack because in my years of big box retail, there was a time where the seasonal CDs that played over the radio only had 6 songs on them, and I had to hear "Baby" by Justin Bieber at least 20 times a night when I was working on third shift. So I might have to retract my statement because when I would come in at 6, 7 p.m. and the first thing that I heard was Baby by Justin Bieber, and then I heard it all night, and the last thing I heard when I was leaving was also Baby by Justin Bieber,
yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
say
I
I had some pretty bad moods those days.
yeah, I mean, since it's going to be holiday season, or technically it is, we all know who we're going to be hearing constantly.
Yep, very high pitched.
And I'm sorry, people, but to me, this is definitely
emotional, damn it.
I mean, why wake her up? Why wake her up?
She needs to stay in slumber.
I mean, since
That's all that we want.
All right, I get into this argument every year, and is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I say yes. I don't say it to be
Thank you.
ironic or some, hipster. It is set during Christmas. There's Christmas music. It's at a Christmas party. I don't think the centerpiece of the story is Christmas, but it is definitely a Christmas movie.
Thank you for another person that agrees with me. It's a goddamn Christmas movie. Get over yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I said it and I'll say it again. I'll die on that hill. It's a Christmas movie.
And it feels like I don't understand how anybody can watch Die Hard with the opening credits and all the Christmas scenery and not feel like Christmas. I can't watch Die Hard in July. It starts to get cold and it gets to the Christmas season. I start feeling like I want to watch Die Hard, and for me, that means it's a damn Christmas movie.
Is there one toy that you always wanted for the holidays that you didn't get?
Oh, I wanted moon boots. I wanted moon boots so bad. It's so stupid. Just a pair of shoes with like a spring type paddle on the bottom. And I'm pretty sure by the time I was a kid, they were already way out of style. Because I mean, that's like an 80s toy, I believe. But I would still see them in books and whatnot, or, Highlight magazine or something like that. And I want them.
But if you were able to get them now, would you rock them on stage?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Probably much to the chagrin of the band. They may actually probably tie me down in the back and take them off my feet.
So were you an MTV kid?
I was. I was a super, especially just, well, caveat. I only watched Headbangers Ball.
Okay.
That was the only thing I did. And because by the time I was watching MTV, it had already kind of started to shift into a lot of reality show type things. They had a couple talk shows and a couple things. I mean, it was still like maybe like 50-50 music and stuff, but I wanted to watch Headbangers Ball. I wanted to hear the heavy stuff.
It was Headbangers Ball. It was 120 minutes with Matt Pinfield. Then later on in life, it was TRL.
Yeah.
Then the 10 spot that was stuff that we weren't supposed to be able to watch, Beavis and Butthead, and some videos that were not appropriate during the day.
Always had Disney Channel on the return button on the remote so that if mom walked in, I could pop it back to Disney Channel. What are you watching, Disney Channel? Disney Channel?
I mean, like, if we could go back and yeah, there were some videos that we probably shouldn't have seen, but
I miss it though.
I mean, if I could bring it back, I would. I mean, without, every time I play somebody's music here, copyright claim, even when I'm with the person.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why I don't play anybody's music on here anymore, because even if it's 1.3 seconds, they slap me with some bull.
Yeah.
But
and it's even gotten so bad as to where you can't share your own music sometimes because you'll get flagged for I mean, you can get it quickly appealed, but it's a bit of a nuisance when you're sharing your own song on your own band's website or pages, and you get flagged for a copyright against yourself.
I hear that all the time. Like, it is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not, you just click the thing and then a few minutes later it usually goes away. But
No,
uh,
I
I don't like tedious things.
I mean, I totally get it. What was your first concert ever you attended? Can you remember?
I do. So one of the very few trip vacations that we ever took when I was a child, we went from Wisconsin to Florida. Went to Orlando Studios, and Macy Gray was playing. And we weren't going for Macy Gray. We were just going for the theme park. But I was kind of in awe because I'd never seen music in a live uh, avenue before. I didn't know that. Like I think I might have been 7 or 8, maybe something like that. Maybe I was a preteen, um, but I just remember being like, "You can do that? They can make it that loud, and that many people will show up." And she's up there going, "Every time I trip and I stumble." I'm like, "This is awesome!" So every once in a while, I'll throw on a Macy Gray song just for some nostalgia.
I mean, not a bad choice.
And then my first, one of my very first rock concerts was actually, they used to do every year here in Nashville at the Bridgestone. I think back when it was the Somme Center, they did something called Winter Jam. It was a festival. A lot of bands would come play. You could go see them all for like $5, and I got to see like Skillet and Flyleaf and a bunch of other similar bands that share the same beliefs. And you could go every year for $5, and it would always be like really popular bands. A lot of them trying to cross over into mainstream. And I think I've seen Skillet like 12 times, and I'm still probably under the price of one ticket in the nosebleeds nowadays for any other show.
All right, I have, since you mentioned them, I'm actually amazed how their drummer can drum and sing at the same time.
Yes, and that
I'm
they've
literally,
gone through two of them that could do that.
I don't remember the name of the song, but yeah, every time I see the video for it, I'm like, how?
Yeah,
I know my
apparently
ass can't do it.
it was kind of a big deal because the original drummer, she quit the band to start raising her kids. She just wanted to be with her kids, so she worked, from my knowledge anyway, articles that I read said that she worked with the new drummer in the act of replacing her, and had to they worked really hard on how to get that tight going forward, because the old drummer did a little bit of singing, but this the new one, it is it's crazy to watch. And she's got a really killer voice. I love the tone of her voice.
Another topic that came up the other day, like just bullshitting. We're gonna do top 10 drummers. Let's not say 10. Let's do 5. Who are your top 5 drummers?
Oh shoot. Not as well versed in drummers, but first one that comes to mind is Joey Jordison. Just because I spent a lot of time listening to Slipknot. Um, I just, anything that he did, I was always enthralled with. And then the upside down thing other people have done
Yeah.
before. I really like that. Um, Goodness, the Rev. I'm really sad about the Rev because I feel like the potential that we missed in him because of his early passing. I think, however amazing and iconic he already was, I feel like he was barely getting to the surface of his potential. Like I think he could have just been legendary. Um, Goodness gracious, Chad Hawkins or Chad, what's his name? Red Hot Chili Peppers. His
Will
groove
Ferrell.
and timing. Yeah, Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, His ability to just lock into that groove has I I'm not a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've never been big on them. I can appreciate what they've done for music. I just any band I don't really like having to listen to 14 times a day on FM radio, but that you cannot deny the grooves there. Um, John Bonham, of course. I got one more.
They used to be funk before Chili Peppers used to be
That
funk.
that makes so much sense.
They used to be funk before I think they were under a different name at first.
I gotcha.
If my memories correct me, I could be wrong. But they did start as a funk band.
And I am trying to think of his last name, and I'm going to get so much hate because I am a self-proclaimed Megadeth fan. But I believe it's Nick that drummed throughout Countdown to Extinction, Euthanasia. I really liked what he did with the albums that he worked with Megadeth on.
Speaking of Megadeth, are you going to their last show?
If I can, I will.
Air quotes, technically last show. I'm sorry, final shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We get it, guys. We get it.
I saw Megadeth maybe oh goodness, it's been 2 years. I saw them with Lamb of God and In Flames and Trivium, and um, I don't- I'm not really a sentimental one for like I was there for the last show. I saw Megadeth. I can take that with me. If it's something that's easily accessible to me, then yes, I will. But I'm not gonna take out a third mortgage on my house for it.
I mean, every time when they say last show and I run out and buy a ticket, 2 years later they're back. And I'm like,
Yep.
thanks for the money grab. Okay, cool. No, I'm calling people out. I'll hear shit. Slayer did it. What do you call it? Leonard Skinner did it. Those are the only two I'm going to mention because I'm not going to hear crap later. But, I ran out and bought tickets for. Oh, then they're at some festival the next year or the year after.
Yeah. And I feel like some part of me wants to just, as a musician, I want to like be able to try to justify it and say something like, well, maybe they wanted to do it, but then they stopped, and then it was just like, I can't stop, I gotta go back. But then I see the ticket prices, and it makes it really hard for me to use that argument.
I'm sorry, and I'll be honest. I missed my favorite band maybe twice because of I'm a GA guy. Okay, I can't be in a seat. Only
Yeah,
at an amphitheater I will be at a seat because I'm for photos and everything else I do. I don't like being in the lawn for it. It's kind of. I'm getting older there, guys. Lawn is not my cup of tea anymore. But I will if I have to, but I'm saying it's not really my cup of tea. But I'm sorry when it's like $300, $600 for GA, standing room only.
yeah.
I'll give you 60, fine. I'll give you 50, fine. But when it's over $100 for GA and you're not, what do you call it, at a rail, I don't see it.
Yeah.
And they keep going up and 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 up. How do you think your fans are going to be able to afford it? Another mortgage, a kidney.
And honestly, I would say I'm trying to think in the past 10 years concerts that I actually went to because I bought the tickets. I feel like Megadeth and Trivium, somebody gifted me a ticket, so I went. I went to Knot Fest and saw Slipknot. Somebody gifted me a ticket. Almost every concert that I've gone to in at least the past 5 years, I'm pretty sure I only went because somebody gifted me the ticket. It's very hard for me to justify these prices. Like, I love live music. I love being up there and hearing it the way that it's meant to be heard, but I'm not going to stop eating for a week for a
I
momentary experience.
okay, good heartedly. I average about maybe, I'm saying lowball it, 40 something concerts out of the year.
Heck yeah.
Like, well, I mean, there was a time that I literally went to one on Friday, went to one on like almost every week. But yeah, I mean, I'm slowing down a little bit because, like,
Yeah, each one of those concerts is about running you, 75 to
I
$175
mean, like,
anymore.
I mean, there's ways around things and different sites and different things to make it happen. That's not an arm and a leg, but to
Yeah.
the point of you're you gotta think about travel. You gotta think about certain
Yeah.
food. Water at a venue is about $5.
Yep.
A beer at a venue is about 10 to 15, depends on what it is.
Yeah.
So if you get your ticket for say 45, okay. So if you're gonna want to drink, I hope you Uber there. So that's another
Yep.
$20 or more,
Yep.
and Uber back. I mean, it adds up. Like, you can do girl math. Oh, I spent $45 one week. That money's already gone.
Yeah. If I have the choice between going seeing, a popular band or even one of my favorite bands and taking my whole family to an Airbnb or to Gatlinburg for the weekend for the same price, I'm probably just gonna go take a little mini vacation instead.
And I'll say this to blue in the face: support the openers. I'm there until it starts,
Yeah.
until it ends. You don't know that the opener could be your new favorite band.
Yes.
I mean, every band's been an opener once. They didn't just go boom overnight. I'm
Headlining arenas. Yeah.
doing arenas or an amphitheater or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. I mean, if it was like that, I mean, that'd be cool as hell. If you could just wake up in the morning, oh, well, you're playing Red Rock tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah.
or MSG or Vakken. Like, I mean, there's so many venues that, like, are on everybody's list that wants to play. But you gotta start somewhere, guys.
Yeah.
Have you ever walked out of a concert?
One.
One?
Just one. And it was I'm not proud of it and I didn't want to, but it was in Chattanooga several years ago, and it was Seether opening for Theory of a Dead Man. And Seether is one of my favorite bands. I don't give them enough credit in interviews for shaping my angsty teenage years. Um, and I saw them in 2007 at Buzzfest, and it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. But something was not right in the air in Chattanooga that night. It was just a very underwhelming performance by Seether. At one point, they played a song, and the each guitar was tuned a half step different from each other, and they went through the whole song like that. And it was an acoustic song. They did Broken, and they just powered through it like that. Um, and then Three of the Dead Men came on, and I was so bummed about to see their performance, and I've never been like super massive into Theory of the Dead. Man, I drove home, but Seether has redeemed themselves with some of their recent offerings for that one show. I'm not going to hold it against them.
I get slack for saying this. Some bands are CD bands and some are show bands. They're on
I feel like that's
can
true
that
in
can
a lot of cases.
bring it any time of the week. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't seen them since, but I saw Hoobastank when they first came out with Reason. I walked out and hung out with Blindside. Like
Really?
the opener was Blindside. I don't know if they're still together or not, but like I didn't leave the building. I just went to the
Yeah.
I could still hear everything, but I wasn't in the pit, or I was at their merch table bullshitting with them for the remainder.
Yeah.
I mean, so when you were a kid, did you use a hairbrush? Did you learn how to slide? I mean, like in the mirror, was there like talent show in your bedroom, or like
It was TV commercial jingles. I would hear them, and now I don't have very good memory of this, but I'm told from my mother and my first stepfather, I'm told that I would listen for the jingle and kind of hum the melody, and then we had an old beat up piano in the entryway in Wisconsin, and I would go run into the entryway and try to play the jingle on the piano, and then that evolved into piano lessons for like twice. When piano wasn't my thing, and when I was about 9, my stepdad had a half-scale Samick guitar, electric guitar, and a tiny little PV combo amp. Looked like a Fender Stratocaster, but it was just, it was like this big, perfect for a 9-year-old. And he showed me how to play a power chord and plugged me into that PV amp. And I've not looked back since. Everything was about guitar from that moment on. On my 13th birthday, they bought me my first real electric guitar, and I took classical lessons, learned how to read and write music for about a year. And at the same time, I had lessons from a guy here in Tennessee named Lonnie, I believe, and he taught me how to phrase solos instead of like learn, because I was like, I want to be a lead guitarist. He said, well, you're going to have to play rhythm. You're not just going to stand up there on stage for 95% of the show and just play a solo and dip. He said, but if you want to learn how to play a solo, this is what you need to do. And he would have me play, uh, he would have me play nursery rhymes and just slowly change, one note per cadence or 2 notes until I just kept on changing notes until the entire nursery rhyme wasn't the nursery rhyme anymore. And I think I really owe him a lot for the way that he taught me that, because it really showed me how to, well, like when you're soloing, some people like to just show off and some people have something to say. And I feel like I've always gravitated more towards the ones where when they solo, I can tell that they're saying something with the instrument as opposed to just the, look what I can do stuff. But uh, I was always a character though as a child. I know that I would spend hours in the pool with a towel over my head, and I would put it into different shapes and pretend that I was different movie characters or different singers, or I was James Hetfield from Metallica. I'd put armbands on. So there was always something performative going around. I'm sorry, Mom, that I put you through that, but she said that she enjoyed it.
So they didn't teach you Smoke on the Water first?
No, Smoke on the Water was not the first lick that I learned, which is probably crazy because I don't think that's allowed. I think you have to learn that one
I
first.
really think you have to learn that one first. Like, I mean, I haven't picked it up in a while, but I have an acoustic. I know the beginning of I believe Inner Sandman. That's about it. But like
Yeah,
it's only 3 chords, so you learn 3 chords, you can learn how to do plenty of songs.
yeah.
That's how
It
I
was
feel.
actually just a quote that I was reading. The first guy that stepped on the Opry Circle here in Nashville when they removed the floor from the Ryman and installed it at the Opry House. Um, he said, "All you need is 3 chords and the truth."
Yep. Because somebody asked me the other day, I'm like, yeah, that's only a three. It's only a 3 chord. I mean, like, even just, just to start it is 3 chords. I mean, there's probably more than that, but yeah, three. Mm. Have you ever messed around by playing your phone number?
By playing my phone number like on the
Yes.
guitar, I
Yeah.
have not, and now I have a strong desire to do so.
Yeah. You start with your area code.
Yeah,
See what
see
it
if it
sounds like.
metals.
No, see what it
Yeah,
sounds like. Like I've seen people play, what do you call it? Barcodes.
yeah. I've been seeing that going around a lot online too. I've never thought about a phone number. I'm gonna be definitely doing that very soon.
Yeah, let me know how that works out, how it
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah. I'll send you a recording.
I mean that'd be great. So I see you have a couple shows coming up.
Yeah, well, we got one. We're gonna wrap up this year. I think we've got maybe one scheduled already for next year. But November 15th, we're actually we're going back to where we played our first show as a band, and we've recently we parted ways with our founding guitarist and bassist Stephen Keith. It was an amicable split. I absolutely adore both of those guys. But this will be our first time playing with our 2 new members, Derek DePrano and Luke Alonso, on bass and guitar, respectively. And I really like the idea of going back to this venue for our first show with our new members, especially hot off of a Josie Music Award win. Actually, just Sunday, I took home best male rock and metal vocalist of the year, or vocalist of the year for the rock and metal category for the Josies.
Congrats on that. I actually just saw that yesterday.
But yeah, we're gonna be at the Mockingbird here in Franklin, Tennessee, on the 15th. So we're super excited for that. These guys are incredible musicians. They came right in. We were maybe contemplating just writing some new stuff and tightening up the established music until the first of the year. Going into the winter band hibernation as a lot of bands do. But they
Yeah.
picked up so quick. We were like, yeah, let's do a show. Let's do it.
Do you still get stage fright?
I wouldn't call it stage fright as opposed to just extreme nerves coming up to the moment I step on the stage. Um, and it's not so much fear as I want to make sure that anybody that came to see us, specifically us, um, that they get their money's worth and they got everything that I had. I gave them everything, and so I kind of get stuck in my head a little bit with things like that. And I do have quite a bit of anxiety, but the moment we get on that stage, I have pretty much a ritual. I always turn around and look David directly in the eyes. I'll usually tell him some silly, like random fact of the day, and then when that first note we hit it on the guitar, it's gone. There's nothing but me in the crowd.
So before we actually wrap this up, What do you want to say to your fans?
Come see us. Next year, we're going to be booking as many shows as we possibly can. We're going to try to get outside of Tennessee as much as we can. We want to go to Georgia. We want to go to Kentucky. We want to go to the other sides of Tennessee. If we can get to Memphis, if we can get to Knoxville, go back to Alabama, and follow us on social media if you're not already. But thank you to the fans that we do have that that listened, that thought that we had.
And I think we lost him. Hopefully he comes back in a few seconds. But in the meantime, please follow them and also myself. We're going to be doing a holiday special. What do you call it? Season's greetings from people all around the world. That'll be hopefully coming out the 1st or the 2nd of December, maybe later than that. Depends on when the submissions are in.
I'm
you're
back. Sorry about that. Apparently, a phone call completely shuts off the entire feed, even if I send it to voicemail.
Yep.
So I was saying, thank you so very much. It's extremely humbling where Blackwood has come from since our idea to just start a digital product and maybe throw some songs out online and see if anybody liked them. The fact that we are growing and getting new fans and booking new shows and winning awards. It doesn't feel like real life, and I can't rightly express the gratitude that I feel because the only thing I wanted to do with music was maybe write a lyric or a riff that made somebody that was going through a bad day have maybe a little bit less of a bad day. And I've already accomplished that with Blackwood, and I just now in it, it's an addiction. I want to keep doing that. I want to keep writing songs that make people come up to me afterwards and go, "That meant a lot to me," because that's what I live for now. Just knowing that I could provide anything that made somebody's day a little bit better puts me at a loss of words. And go to blackwoodrock.com, buy some merch.
So, I want to thank you for your time of coming. I know I think we're in the same time zone, but I'm not sure. But I'm looking forward to see what else you guys are going to do for the rest of the year and next year.
Heck yeah, man. We got this one show, but we're also working on some new stuff. We're getting it recorded, so hopefully we'll have some new stuff for you guys pretty soon as well. But yeah, it was a pleasure to be on here with you, man. Come back anytime. I will.
Yeah. All right. But before we go, this is going to be live on, well, it is live. It is live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and probably partial on TikTok later. If you're not following this man, please do. If you're not following me, what the hell are you waiting for? I will be back next week, and then the following week we'll be doing a Christmas season's greetings from a lot of people all over the place. That should be up December 2nd or 3rd, so keep your eyes out. And we are at, I think, 1,385 subscribers. Once we hit 14, I will be doing another giveaway. It could be gift cards to even a shout out to a free cameo. I will see you guys next week, 7 p.m. Eastern, and I will talk to everybody soon. I'm still here. I had my freaking computer.
You're good.
No, there was a pop-up. I don't. Okay.